So, Tim, back in London for another year, the Zagat Guide. How do you find London dining compared with New York?
I think London is one of the best places to eat in the world, and you can't compare when you have so many great restaurants on both sides of the Atlantic.
And the new winner this year for food, Graham Ledbury, have you tried it?
I went there last night because I read the hundreds and hundreds of comments by people who've been there before us. It was really just as good as they said it would be.
Have you noticed many changes in the guide this year from last year? A lot of cheaper restaurants opening in London, or less expensive, I should say.
Well, everybody knows that the last couple of years has not been an easy time for the restaurant industry or for anybody else. And the restaurant industry has responded naturally by giving people what they want, which is less expensive restaurants, but nonetheless very, very good restaurants. Some of the best restaurants in the guide are new this year.
I think some of the new restaurants are following a New York formula, actually, of smaller plates, more casual. Do you see a move towards more casual dining in London?
Well, I think it is more casual, but I'm not sure anybody's following New York. I think New York is following London as much as London. I mean, you've got two great cities, both of which have amazing restaurants. And I come here and I always say I wish we had a few more of the Ledburys in New York. And I'm sure if you come to New York, you'll say the same thing about somebody like George on the Rickman.
Now, what about the most popular restaurant? Quite interesting going from Wagamama to Gordon Ramsay, quite different places.
Yeah, but people can make too much of the fact that one was moved from number 2 to number 1, and the other is moved from number 1 to number 4. There are 1,000 restaurants below both of them that would like to be in either of those two positions. It's just a marginal difference.
Chris Galvin, congratulations, best new restaurant. What does that mean to you?
Well, it's a bit of a shock, to be honest with you. I wasn't sure Sarah really would come today to the launch, and so I've always been a big fan of Zagat, so it's fantastic to get this sort of recognition.
How important is the Zagat Guide in London?
I've worked in New York before, and I realised there's a high regard is held in New York. I was thrilled when I come to London because it's a guide for the people. I think it's voted by customers, it's anonymous, no politics, it's a guide you can trust.
And you weren't expecting this award?
No, I was absolutely shocked. We just about made it today. I wasn't sure if I could come or not, and I don't think my brother's, he's still trying to find his way here, I think, so yeah, it's a big shock for us.
And Governor Chappelle, I mean, pretty good success from day one. You worked quite hard on it.
Yeah, it was 2 years in concept, and then the recession came, which put a lot of financial pressure on us, but I'm glad we never sort of deviated from detail or any expense. We went ahead exactly how the way we thought we should, and we've had massive support from the city. We've done exactly that.
I was going to ask you about that. I mean, the city, not a great time to come into the city when you did, but how are the city diners?
They've been amazing, their support, and especially dinner. We expected to be a bigger lunch than dinner, but dinner's actually a busier time for us, and Saturday night. So it's turned the city on its feet in the last sort of 5-10 years.
The guide this year talks about a couple of new, less expensive restaurants, including Polpo. How's it been for you this year, Polpo?
Polpo's been a phenomenal success. Funny enough, today is the exact anniversary of the day that we started training staff last year. So it really has been a roller coaster year. There has been no let-up. If anything, I'm constantly surprised by the demand. If anything, it's just got busier and busier throughout the year.
And how about the Zagat Guide? You spent quite a lot of time in New York, so you must be quite familiar.
Oh, Zagat in New York is the Bible. I first came to hear about the Zagat Guide reading Bret Easton Ellis's American Psycho, and I sort of wondered what this exotic-sounding Zagat was, and then found out it was a guide, and I can see why it's as popular as it is, and why it's as invaluable as it is.
And how about in London? Is it important?
I don't think it's as important as it is in the States, I have to be honest. As much as I love Tim and Nina, I think they've got serious competition from Hardens and serious competition from the more traditional guys. However, for personal preference, I've always had a soft spot for Zagat.
How about the Zagat Guide? Are you a fan?
Yes, I am a fan. You've got to be a fan if I'm standing in the awards. I mean, all these guides they're all very important. You know, a lot of Americans, travellers, rely quite heavily on this as their guide. You know, we all use different guides for wherever we go around the world, and this is the American's Bible. So it's a really good thing for them, and it's an even bigger thing for us.
It's good London restaurants getting such recognition now, isn't it?
It is, and it's nice that London, but that's been going on now, Richard, for a good number of 10, 15 years, but it just seems to be getting better and better and stronger, and that's really a good thing. Very pleased.
And how about your restaurant? It's quite hard to get a table now.
Well, depends who you know, Richard. Just got to know the chef. That's a nice problem for me. There's no priority in that restaurant. It's, you know, there's no 1 month booking system. It's an open diary. We open it 6 months in advance, and we just basically work with our clients and really customer care. So if it's fully booked, I'm a very happy man.
And you've got another good chef in the Barclay now. We're in Kaufman's, just downstairs from you, so you're in good company.
Great. It's an absolute pleasure to have Mr. Kaufman here. It's lovely to see him part of this hotel, and I think really it's a great compliment not just to us here at the hotel, but also to London eating. Here, when he opened and did that pop-up at Selfridges, it was a huge success, and it was just a matter of time before he ended up doing this, and it's great. I wish him the best. You know, quite funny, going in that kitchen and seeing him there, it was like stepping back in time, doing exactly the same thing that what he was doing 20 years ago. He loves cookery, so where better for a chef like Pierre than in the kitchen.
A lot of people here for the awards. Do you enjoy these events?
Yes, I do. It's nice. It's an occasion to meet as a chef, as a people from the industry, and that's a good side. You know.
And do these awards help much in restaurants?
I think they do, yes. You know, you got some customers, they just follow the awards, you know. When a critic says something, you know, good or bad, they will come to visit the place, you know. Now, as a chef, I think it's quite, it's not so interesting. The best award you can have in life is to see your restaurant full, you know. So, but you know, you've got to accept it. They are there, and that's it. You know.
And
What is the best restaurant doesn't exist. There is not a single restaurant who is the best in the world. The best restaurant is the one you really enjoy to go and spend your money.
But in business terms, I imagine a guide like Zagat can help quite a lot.
I think that Zagat or any guide can help a lot. Yes, I suppose if you got any guide and they give you 3 stars or 20 out of 20 or anything they give, I don't know anything, but yes, it will help because we got some people who follow that. Zagat got the advantage that they've been voted by ordinary people. So saying that, the ordinary people, they think they are critics too, so at the end, you know.
Are you enjoying being back in the kitchen again?
Yes, I really enjoy it. Yes, I'm there just to cook. I'm not there after any awards, and just enjoy cooking is the best part of if you are a chef.
So Brett, #1 in London for food, you happy?
Yeah, really happy, really chuffed. You know, it's been a great result this year, and it's a credit to all our young team at the Ledbury, who day to day try and look after our customers the best they can.
And you're quite new coming to London, right? Just a few years here?
Yeah, I've only been living here for 10 years.
That's new.
And yeah, well, it is new actually. Yeah, I suppose. I only planned on coming here for a year, ended up staying for 10. Ledbury's been open for 5 years, and I'm lucky enough to have 2 great partners, Philip Howard and Nigel Platts-Martin, who have supported me all throughout this, especially in the early days when it was, business was tough.
How important is a guide like Zagat to you, to the restaurant?
You know, Zagat, it's another one of those, one of those awards that's recognised by normal, everyday diners. So we have lots of customers who work out where they're going to eat purely on Zagat. So, you know, it adds a bit of pressure as well, but it also cements the reputation of the restaurant and, will help strengthen bookings, obviously.
And how busy are you at the restaurant?
We're already pretty fully booked. I mean, it's difficult to get a reservation at dinner, probably 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks in advance, sometimes longer for weekends. And, lunches are pretty much full every day.